What is going on, my beautiful LARPers and LARPettes? Welcome to my casting couch, where I'm going to go over what the Springfield XD should have been, which is the Tisas PX9 Duty with the compensator up front. But before I get into that, what is my relationship with Tisas themselves? They have sent me the Mac 9DS in the past to test and review, and they went ahead and sent me this one to review as well. So thank you to Tisas for getting this into my hands so I can review and show it off to my subscribers. Now, I'm going to get into why I think the XD should have been this when it came out, or should have been updated to this. And I'll go over some of the older models of this one, because this is the Gen 3 version. If you guys never even heard of this gun before, the PX9 has been out for a while, Gen 1, Gen 2, and now the Gen 3s. And I'll kind of put up some pictures throughout the, I guess, my review here, so that way you can see the differences to the older generations to this one here. I'm going to go over what I like about it, don't like about it, and if I think it's a decent gun. So let's start right at the front here. You get a 4.1 inch barrel, I believe. This is a match grade barrel, and the reason why I know it's a match grade barrel is because it says right there on the barrel, match grade. Now, I haven't really tested it out as far as like when it comes to a match grade barrel, you want to bench it and shoot it and see what groups you're getting and stuff. I didn't do this with this gun. I shot this a little bit, and I guess I just usually go out there and shoot it, and if I'm hitting what I need to hit, I think it's an accurate gun. Maybe that's a stupid way to do it. But looking at the front here, you also have a big old chunk cut out right there, and you get a chunk cut out on the slide itself, giving you that integral style, I guess, compensated look, or that chunk port type of look. A lot of companies are going this route right now, so from the Echelon to Smith & Wesson guns, I think, are coming out with them. But there's a lot of them out there right now that are coming from the factory with a port cut out like that. I think it's a really cool feature to have, especially on a company like Tisas is listening to their customer base or seeing what's out there trending, and they're actually doing something like this. Unfortunately, when it comes to getting a chunk port cut like this from the factory though, the rifling stops right behind it. So basically this whole front portion is just a small chamber that, I guess, once the gases come out, it shoots up, and you don't have any rifling past that, so it doesn't stabilize the bullet any further than where basically the sight is here. So if it says it's a 4.1 inch barrel length, it's usually, what I would say, what is this, like a 3.9, something like that, 3.8 inch barrel right here. I can't really math when it comes to this stuff, but yeah, you get a shorter barrel. So if you're looking for a maybe more accurate gun, I guess, get one without the chunk port on it, or the port cut out on it. Now moving on back, you get a just basic white front sight there, no tritium in it or anything like that, just a simple white paint spot, I guess, and then you got a blacked out rear. I really like the blacked out rears. I wish they would have gave you maybe like a fiber optic in the front there or something like that, but that'll do, or maybe even just a night sight in the front. But again, I'll get into the price in a second, but this is a more budget friendly option of a handgun, right? The milling on the slide itself, I think, looks very sleek, and it's pretty tactile there. I don't have any slippage issues on the front or the back of that slide when it comes to racking. The milling on the top kind of reminds me of like tire treads, right? Which I think looks pretty cool. Not too crazy overly done, but also not to the point where they're not functional. Moving on back, it is cut for RMR optics, and I also didn't mention the box. I should have mentioned the box earlier, but let me get into that right now for you guys. So in the box, you get a good amount of accessories and pieces and parts here. So this is a lock there for your trigger guard. This is a trigger guard holster, which is pretty cool that they're including a holster. A mag loader. You got some, these here are different, and hopefully I wasn't hitting the mic there, but these here are different sizes for the mag release. So it's a metal mag release or aluminum mag release. I'm assuming this is the medium that's on this one here, and you got a large and a small on there. So depending on how big your fingers are, There you go. Then you got a cleaning kit, and then you got this little plate here that goes for the RMR. That goes right underneath that plate for when you're setting your RMR or something like that. And it gives you, they give you fibers when you don't really have a fiber optic sight. So that's why I was kind of mentioning, like, I wish it would have came with a fiber optic sight. Also comes with this Magwell here, aluminum Magwell. Really easy to do reloads on that. And then you get a grip, a lot of grips. So they give you all these pieces here. So you got different size side panels and different size grips, or not grips, back straps. Sorry, I'm a little stupid right now. And then you get this tool for the takedown. Now they say in the description that you got like 27 different types of configurations between all this. And I would assume so, just because they give you so much. So like you can put a large back strap with a medium side panel on the left side, and then like a large side panel on the right side. So however funky your hands are set up, you can definitely configure it to your liking. Now moving on down, you get your standard 1913 accessory rail here for your lights, lasers, whatever you need. And then you also get this takedown lever here that doubles as a, like, I guess a speed ledge or a thumb rest, or I don't even know what the patent is for this, but I would call it a thumb rest right here. So it's kind of angled to the point where you can set your finger on there to help drive that gun forward. I wish it was a little bit more grippy, just because, I don't know, I mean, the texturing on it kind of feels a little slippery. So when I use it, I don't really have issues with it slipping, but I feel like if my hands were wet in something, I might have issues there. But so far, I haven't had too many issues with it. And then takedown, again, just like a normal polymer gun. You just pull the slide back and flip that lever down. Now, moving on to the trigger, you get an aluminum flat face trigger with this little trigger safety in the middle there. And the trigger, the way it feels, I don't know, it's a little spongy for my taste. There's a reset, break, reset, break. But overall, it's a decent trigger. I like the shape of it. I like that it's not heavy to press down. You get ambidextrous slide releases there, and you also, again, going back to that mag release there, that is also ambidextrous, where you can switch it to the other side. The grip itself, I wish it was a little bit more textured as well. I mean, right here, it's really nice for, I guess, carry, right? So if you have it in your pants, this is not going to chafe you or anything like that, but I don't know. I mean, I wish it just had a little bit more texturing, a little bit deeper texturing on this grip here. I don't know if you can see it, but again, I'm just nitpicking here. I think it should be a little bit more textured, but maybe you guys that are going to be carrying this in your pants every day, if you have a little bit more textured, it might be rubbing your stomach raw or something like that, where you would prefer it like this here. Not saying that this is horrible, just saying I just want a tiny bit more texturing. Or even when it comes to the panels and stuff, to just offer different panels that have a little bit more texturing on them, so that way I can switch them around the way I like. And you can go from, I guess, 27 different configurations to, I guess, 50 different configurations when it comes to the textured panels and stuff. Moving on down, like I mentioned before, you have the Magwell right here. That is aluminum, and you can take that off. I didn't put the screw on for this video so that I can show you that it just slides off just like that there. And then the really cool part about this gun that I really like is that it takes SIG P226 magazine. So this is the magazine it comes with, and in the box it comes with an 18 round, and it also comes with a 20 round magazine. But if you have a 226, you can go ahead and put those in there as well. So this is, I believe, like a 20 round mag from my SIG X5, and it fits perfectly in there. And let me see if it'll fit with the Magwell as well. Yep, locks back and everything. Oh, and last thing, it does have that little loaded chamber indicator right there on the back. So when it's red, it's showing you or indicating that there's a round in the chamber, or like this one, there's no round in the chamber, but it is ready to fire, right? And you also get a loaded chamber indicator on the top there, which I don't really care for, but it is what it is. Now that pretty much does it for all the features on this PX9 here, and hopefully I got everything that was in the box as well. But overall, I have around like 1,500 rounds to this thing, and it's been shooting phenomenal. I've shot a mixture between 115 grain Super Bell and 124 grain Super Bell, and it's been eating everything that I put through it between those two different grains there. And when it comes to the Comp 2, it's a very smooth shooting gun. Trigger, again, a little spongy for me, so it's maybe a little bit more difficult for me to get a little bit faster splits on this thing, but it feels great in the hands. I think I have a medium back strap, and then I forgot what panels are on here, maybe the smalls, but it feels very good in the hands. It's very, I guess, VP9-esque, right? Like the way it's shaped or feeling right here. But it's very ergonomic when I'm shooting in a very smooth shooting gun. So no complaints when it comes to performance here. Again, I want to test a lot more out of this gun just because it's a new gun to me. I've seen the PX9s before, but I've never really had one in my hands until now, and I am very pleased with this one here. The older ones before, I just didn't really pick up because I could care less for something that looked like the XD series, especially if it was just an XD in general. And maybe I'll get a lot of hate from you XD guys out there, but I just did not care for the XD line whatsoever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the little grip safety on the back. I didn't care for the grip zone. I mean, I knew where the hell to put my hands. I didn't need the whole zone that I needed to put my hands on. And I just didn't really care for the blocky shape of the XD series. Now, the reason why I say this is what the XD should have been is because this is, to me, what the XD, I guess, could have been, because I still haven't seen something like this in the XD line. When I see a company, a Turkish company especially, cloning a gun, usually they'll clone it maybe a little bit better, or they'll add more stuff in there where you're kind of like, why the hell didn't the original people do this to a gun? And right now where I'm seeing this Gen 3 is where I think that Springfield should be doing something like this, putting a comp on it or an integral comp on it, taking off that grip safety, flat face. Do they come? I think they still come with a little curved trigger. But there's a lot of features on here that I prefer over the XD line. Now, with the Echelon out, I'm pretty sure they're just going to do away with the XDs in general, or maybe they already done away with the XDs in general. But I'm kind of glad that this gun came out within a certain budget price. I think this is coming around like $550 or something like that. Maybe you can find them cheaper. But I think it's a pretty awesome price for the features that you're getting on a gun like this. Also, aside from the XD stuff and kind of, in my eyes, surpassing them in design-wise, I think that they did a phenomenal job with their generation changes. Usually you get a Gen 1, Gen 2, and they kind of look identical, if not maybe just one or two feature changes to this one or to the Gen 3. But this Gen 3 here, it looks and feels like a totally different gun from the other ones that I felt before. Just the shape of the slide, the comp added, the trigger, maybe looks kind of blocky, but not really as blocky as the Gen 1 and Gen 2s of the PX9 series. But what do you guys think of the PX9 series themselves? Do you own some of the older versions and have felt this one and you're like, holy crap, I really got to get one of these? Have you guys put your old ones away and bought one of these and actually using it? Or do you still not care for any type of clone of other guns that are out there? To me, I think Turkish companies are kind of taking over right now. It's pretty crazy. So between Tisas and other companies, let's just single out Tisas themselves when it came to the Mac 9 DS, and then now this one here, and then the MP5, what is it? I forgot the name of it, the Mac MP5 clone or whatever it is. They're coming out with some bangers lately. And I think that companies that are actually making their specific guns that they're cloning should be stepping it up when these cloners are making them a little bit better, if not better, than the actual guns themselves. So what do you guys think about Turkish companies? Would you just not support them just because they're clones? Or would you guys be like, holy crap, yeah, those companies better step it up because Turkish companies are going to blow them out of the water? Now, the biggest thing that I have is when it comes to reliability, when it comes to, I guess, clones and stuff. This one has been working great. I've been shooting the Mag-9 still, and it's been working great. I don't have the MP5 clone, but I do have a MKE, which is a Turkish-made, I believe it's a Turkish-made company. Yeah, Turkish-made clone. But the MKE MP5 clone that I have has been absolutely phenomenal. I have thousands and thousands of rounds to it. So I don't really have any issues with Turkish companies making clones and making them at a cheaper, more affordable price with some cool features on them. So I guess let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you think about Turkish clones, and also what you think about the PX9, and would you be picking one up? Sorry that I've been kind of absent on my YouTube channel, guys. I've been just spending a lot of time with family, and sometimes I sit there and I'm like scrolling on my phone or editing YouTube videos and stuff, and I'm like seeing my kids running around. I'm like, man, I can't let this consume my life to the point where I'm not around my children, or I'm around my children but not really mentally or physically, I guess, present around them. So lately I've just been taking a lot of family time, but I promise that I'll be getting more videos out to you soon. Maybe I'll just stack up a couple days of videos and post them throughout. I kind of just post them as I go, but thank you guys so much for the support as always. I appreciate you all, love you all. Catch you in the next one.